Yeah, baby. We are live. We are live. We are live. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy, your homie, fam. This is your boy, Mike Cole. How you doing today? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Wednesday, October 14th, 2020. So we are here in the great country of South Korea. Just talking to you guys. And yeah, we're going to talk about some interesting stuff today. Yo. We're going to talk about some really interesting stuff today. One of my favorite topics, which is Japan and Korea, and deciding for those who are a little unsure of where they want to live, where do you go? Japan or Korea? I know I have my preference, which I'll be getting into later, if I even technically have a preference. But of course, we have to say what's up to all the people in the chat. Rohit, what is up? I see you counting down in the chat. You got Dan, what up, man? When Michael never has me on to talk about things. Yo, bro, we need to talk, Dan. Dan, I need to catch you in the gym too, bro. Need to catch you. I'm sweeping blue belts these days, bro. Wait, you next, son. No, I'm joking. Whitney, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. We got Quentin. Quentin, what up? Welcome to the chat, homie. Welcome to the stream. We got Intech up in here. And we got Alexandra. She made it early today. What up? We got Prashant. We got Frantic up in the house too. What is up? What is up? And we have Chris in the house. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm glad you guys can make it today. Just before we really get into the conversation talking about Japan and Korea, which one do you go live into? I got to let you know, for those who don't already know, I used to live in Japan. I haven't lived in Japan in a very long time, as just like living there. But before Corona, I was going at least 4 times a year, 3-4 times. Literally, like, I'm very serious when I say this. It costs less than $100 to go to Japan if you fly Air Jeju or Jeju Air, and you bring like a duffel bag with no carry-on. It literally costs about $60 to $70, right? So I go to Japan a lot. I have a huge love for Japan, Japanese culture. I somehow ended up in Korea, and I haven't really regretted it since. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Oh, I can listen to your radio shows. Oh, sweet, dude. You're going to have to drop that in the chat. I'm in Korea with my husband right now since he is visiting his family. Oh, nice, India. I hope you're enjoying your time right now. I know you feel safe here compared to other countries when it comes to Corona. I think Japan is better to visit, but Korea is better to live. So we definitely got some people in the chat with their own opinion. Of course, joining me today is your homie, my homie. We got Alex Seekers in the house. But just looking at my screen, Alex Seekers is currently not at his computer, which he will be back. He will be back for you guys and your watching and viewing pleasure. For sure, I'm from the Midwest in the U.S. Oh, so yeah, you definitely know. Right now, Corona is, if I could share a little bit of news with you guys, something I didn't know. Actually, I'm going to find an article and show it to you. So this is going to make you guys pretty jealous. So the Australian Prime Minister, not President, Prime Minister, has not his idea, but he is currently in conversations with New Zealand, currently in conversations with Korea, Japan, and Singapore. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm trying to screen share with you guys. 3, 2, 1. And they're looking at, oh crap, where's that screen? Okay, here we go. Guys, we are not having tech issues, by the way, because boom, here it is right here. Right now, Australia is currently in talks over having current quarantine tree travel, like trees can travel. Current quarantine free travel. Guys, if this works out well, we will be able to travel over here in Asia quarantine free. So Dan, bro, we might be able to leave the country, my man, and we don't even have to worry about being quarantined for 2 weeks. Of course, this is only between Japan, Korea, Australia, Singapore, New Zealand, and maybe I saw also Taiwan. So if this works out, y'all, we out, man. We're gonna be traveling once again. But speaking of traveling, I can see my man over here. He is chilling, so I'm gonna give him his introduction one more time. Today I am joined with my man, your man, everybody's homie, that guy next door, but yet that bad boy of knowledge. We got our boy Alex Seegers. Alex Seegers, how you do? Oh, you ready yet, bro? He gave me that head nod. We got Alex Seegers, ladies and gentlemen.
What up? What up?
How you doing?
Good. How's everyone doing here?
Everyone seems like they're doing well. I know India says they wish they can travel more.
I mean, don't we all? You know, I realized this year, ever since we stopped traveling, Songdo was like one of my furthest trips I took, and that was like 3 days or a week ago.
I know, right? Like, it's funny. I think as furthest I went recently is Seoul, Dongdaemun area. I think I'm not traveling at all these days.
No, I mean that's like equal distance between us switching back and forth. But yeah, it's pretty good. Hey, what's up, everyone? I see. Oh, Mesme stopped in. Hey, Mark. Hey, Matt.
Oh, Mesme's here. Oh.
Hey, Antisocial. What up? What up?
What is up? What is up?
Yeah, unfortunately,
it's so good to see you guys.
Traveling is out of the picture, and that includes to Japan. I mean, technically you can, but then you got to get quarantined when you get back here. So, like, yeah, Songdo was my sort of trip.
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
Got to enjoy a good time last weekend, a long weekend, and now we're finally back to a normal schedule.
It's good to have you up here, by the way.
It's good to be back. I should. You look tall. If I can just, there we go.
There you go. Heck yeah, I got good posture, baby.
Oh, I don't. Get my chest out. My back. Oh, my back.
Stick them chesties out. Stick the girls out.
Do you have your salmon this week?
I don't. I went to our American sandwich place and got me a nice sandwich. So chicken. No, I got a salad. Chicken salad.
That's
with
pretty
egg
good.
whites. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, bro. I'm like beefing up.
Yeah.
We're not beefing up. I'm like getting fit.
You're back in it then. Finally. I almost caught up to you. I almost caught up. I didn't, but I could have.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it on my body. I can feel it.
Good to hear that. Yeah, Mike and I are getting back in shape, trying to make sure that we don't. I don't know. I don't lose it, I guess. We're doing okay though. I'm doing okay. Well. I'm doing all right. I mean, mine's been going on for a while. I just kind of lost it over the last 2 weekends of having a 3-day weekend and a 5-day weekend.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But yeah, I was at that's why I can never get my freaking dinner on time because I was at the gym earlier and I keep forgetting to put the rice in. And so here I am. Do I even lift, bro? No.
So I got a question for you, my man. Just because I know you said in your video, which by the way, Alex did release a video tonight about whether you should live in Japan or Korea. But I gotta know, do you have any kind of history with Japan yourself?
Do I have any kind of history with Japan? Don't y'all want to know this one? I do. I grew up in Japan for 3 years, between the ages of 3 and 6. And I went to elementary school Yuchiwan. What is it called again?
Yeah.
What's it called in Japanese? What's
I completely forgot. I can see the Chinese characters.
You're the one who's supposed to know it.
I can. Hold on. Ko something Zen. Ko Zen.
Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah. I went to preschool and kindergarten out in Japan, and I went out in the countryside. I was in Tokyo, and to answer everyone's first question, no, my dad was not military. He worked for Honda, and we were there for 3 years. Came back before I went to first grade, and went back again as part of a study abroad trip over the summer to China, Korea, and Japan with the business school at Miami University. And that's what got me back to Asia. And then the next year I came to Korea. So I love Japan. Japan is my home. It's really my second home. Like, that's my formative years. Those are really some of my first memories. And so I think that's why it's a tougher question for me than some people in a different way, I should say. Like, I never struggled with like an American K-pop battle in my head. Never cared about that, but I had to deal with, where do I want to be? A place that feels like home or a place that's exciting? So I do have history in Japan, and I still have an affinity towards Japan. And I honestly, sort of regret not living there as an adult, to be honest.
I feel you, man. By the way, Yochien. There you go. I knew it was like, yeah. By the way, before we continue, sorry, Alex, Mesby said it. It was her birthday, guys. Last night was her birthday. So please make sure you say happy birthday to Mesby in the chat. She's suffering as a result. So
oh my gosh. We wanted to meet you last week. Sorry, but
yeah, we really
hopefully
did.
We can see you this coming weekend or at least sometime soon.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be really nice to see you soon.
Yeah. Also, yes, Miami of Ohio, Matt. That's where I went, not Miami, Florida. He got it right. Most people don't get it right.
Oh yeah, because I remember. Yeah, I know somebody who went to your university. Yeah. So you got to stop by Hugh's office on Friday. Oh no, Mesme. You just read what she says.
Oh, I should go. I need to stop by too. I told him I'd stop by.
Yeah. So you lived in Japan. So for those who don't or know, I lived in Japan. Alex lived in Japan longer than me. So I lived in Japan from 2007 to 2008 as a college student. And I was studying at Nagoya University of Foreign Studies. So that's short, Mei Gaidai. Long is Nagoya Gaikokugo Daigaku. And there I studied Japanese for a full year, 3 hours a day, every day. Friday was kanji class. Well, we did nothing but kanji. And the whole class we had to speak in Japanese. So within a year, hey Luna, what's up? Long time no see. Dang. Within a full year, my Japanese got decently good. I got to a level called Chujokyu, which is like, so it's like Shokyu, Jukyu, and then Jokyu, right? Which is like beginning, like Shokyu is like the bottom, Chukyu is like, like Chungu. So like Chukyu, which is like middle, and then Chujokyu, which is like middle advanced, and there's Jokyu, right? I got between middle and advanced. And so it was like, I got pretty good, but because I'm not using my Japanese, it's kind of like, it's in here, it's in the back of my head. Yeah. So when I go to Japan and I start speaking a lot, it starts to come out again. And I naturally conjugate without realizing it. So I would still say my Japanese is in some ways better than my Korean because I conjugate without even thinking. And I will stop like, did I say that right? But I just do it naturally.
Yeah. Oh man, I used to speak Japanese and I still do every time I go, but not to the level that you're at. And I kind of been bummed about that, which is why I didn't even mean to, but I was at the gym and one of the gym people was like, hey, I want to study English. And I said, okay, let's do a language exchange because I don't want to tutor anybody. She's like, okay, how about, she first said, I don't want to teach Korean though. And I was like, all right, well then, okay, I don't know what to do. Do you want to learn Japanese? I was like, yeah. So now I'm going to have a Korean teacher teaching me Japanese again for language exchange. So I'm getting back in it. I got my YBM books and I'm going to get back in it.
Dude, I would love to study Japanese. My problem is if I start to study Japanese again, I feel that my Korean is going to slip.
Yep, so, it might. Unless you learn it from a Korean teacher.
Yeah.
I did that before. I went to YBM and learned it for 2 months and it had a Korean teacher explaining it in Korean. And that was tough, but that was good.
I've done it before too, where when I studied in Japan, I took Korean class. And so I learned Korean. No, I learned Japanese. No. Oh man. I was learning Korean in Japan from a Korean teacher at a Japanese university.
It's fun though. I like it.
Right?
It's not impossible because usually they match up. Like watashi wa America jin desu. 저는 미국 사람입니다. You can like match up the parts of speech and stuff. Yeah. So it actually works out pretty well.
It works out very well, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you this question. Let me take off my sweatshirt for just because I'm burning up in this room.
Oh, it's getting hot.
Boom! It's like I got the same shirt on.
Anything happened? I'm not sure anything happen. I think this was an optical illusion.
Long sleeve shirt under a long sleeve shirt. Bam. So here's my question for you, okay?
Here's my answer for you.
Okay. The question is this. Would you rather live in Japan or Korea, and why? And then you can think about it before I answer. You can think about it.
Would I rather live in Japan or Korea, and why? Did you see my video or not? What the hell?
I started it but didn't finish it.
That's cool. It's cool. Because I decided to put my video up an hour early because I knew we were going on at 9. And I was like, oh, man, I'm not going to get any views if all of Mike's fans are, like, stuck here. So see if I can change something up here. This might be nicer. Let's see if this works.
While you're doing that, let me answer this question, Mimi's question. How long did it take for you both to master Korean?
Master is a funny word.
Master. I am still struggling with getting Korean, and I think I'm going to continue to struggle with getting Korean.
Nah, too creepy.
Hey, you look dark and mysterious. I mean, I like the lighting.
I mean, I am dark and mysterious. I am Batman.
What's his name from what's that book called? About bondage.
Oh, 50 Shades?
50 Shades, yeah, there you go. Bam.
No, I did not. I don't know anything about that, so I don't know what
50 Shades of Segrist.
Oh God. I don't think that's necessary. Okay, before I go on this answer, sorry Dan, I missed your shout out. I just saw a few hellos. And on the go. Thanks for stopping in before you fall asleep. All right, so do you have your answer ready, Mike? I'll go first.
Yeah,
do you have your answer ready?
I do have my answer ready.
Alrighty. The answer is, shall we do 3, 2, 1 same time?
Hold on. Because I know with the answer there's going to be need for explanation.
Yeah, but we can still do 3, 2, 1, go, and then.
Okay, actually, here let me put out this disclaimer. First. So for all of us who are watching, whether you are Korean or non-Korean, Alex and I's opinion on Japan and Korea has nothing to do with anything historical with the countries. It's literally just on from a Western perspective, looking at language in the country spoken, both in Korean or Japanese or English, things to do, people, like how they treat foreign people. It's more on that rather than it is other things. So that's the only. It's like connecting Canada and America, or like France and England.
Canada's better.
Right now, Canada's better. All right. Okay. I think I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Instead of saying go, we'll do 3, 2, 1 answer. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Korea.
Man.
Okay. All right, my turn. I go first. Traitor.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the one who survives in Korean YouTube, and you will be canceled. This is my land.
Oh my God! See, I say this, but I have reasons. But okay. I don't. Right. I'm trying not to cop out with my answer.
No, it's cool. Okay. There are so many things we need to get into for this one.
Mm-hmm.
I love Japan. I love walking through the neighborhoods. I think there's nothing like it. It's peaceful. It's quiet. Even in Tokyo, you don't have any high-rise. I mean, you have high-rise buildings, but the apartments are usually like 2, 3-story houses.
Yeah.
It's like a neighborhood everywhere you go. It's quiet. It's peaceful, and you get those really cool, like little coffee vending machines that sell. What's the guy from Men in Black? Tommy
Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones coffee.
You see Tommy Lee Jones.
Sees Tommy Lee Jones everywhere. Like I love Japan, and I go back all the time. I think the food is slightly better in Japan, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I grew up in Japan, right? So when I walk through a neighborhood, it feels like home. When I eat the Japanese food, it feels like my taste buds first got accustomed to Japanese food, really. And I really enjoyed it. That being said, here's the but. You know, Japan was sort of my dad's life. And, you know, if you would have asked me maybe at the end of high school where I want to go, I'd probably didn't really know much about Japan or Korea back then, except from whatever Last Samurai movie I watched. But like, if you're, you know, now that I've actually started a life here and I've gotten a chance to really understand the culture and appreciate it, I think without a doubt, I'm very happy that I chose Korea. It was the right choice and absolutely zero regret. Japan was my dad's decision and my mom's, right? They moved to Japan. They took us to Japan and they built that life, and that's forever a part of me. But Korea itself is kind of like my life. It's sort of my decision that I was able to make. And I think that's why, it's more of a home for me. It's a home that I built as opposed to a home that I was dragged to because I was a kid with my parents. And I
Right.
think that's something that I have really come to appreciate. And, and then I can get into the other reasons later, the specifics about the food, about the people, about the attitudes towards foreigners. And those are reasons I prefer Korea as well. But that's my first answer, though, is I love Japan, but this has now become my home. And I really prefer, I'm going to spend more of my life here from now on out, even if I go live in Japan for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's my intro. Why don't you go ahead and start? Because I'm about to cough and I just ate some food that went down the wrong pipe.
Okay, good. You can take care of your throat, man. I'm wondering if I can amend my answer.
No, you're canceled. You are canceled.
Because okay, so if you guys let me amend my answer, here's what I would say. I would say right now I prefer to live in Korea at this moment in time in my life because it makes sense. I have a solid job here. I have good friends here. I have a lot going here. I love living in Korea. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I would say I love living in Korea, one, because my dad has connection here, right? My dad was military, so my dad has been here on 2 tours, and I've been in the same place as my dad. I grew up in a Korean American church. Well, not grew up, but like in high school, I used to go to Korean American church. I've done Taekwondo. So like my connection with Korean people is very strong. I have a very strong connection with Korean people in the US. And so even more so like here, right? The reason why I said Japan earlier, which I think is maybe because we're not traveling there. We're not traveling at all lately. And so I'm starting to really miss it, is that like I said before, I go to Japan 3-4 times a year. I just go for a weekend and just spend time in Japan. And when I go to Japan, it makes me think about college. It makes me think about my college years. It makes me think about studying the language again. It makes me think about going on field trips. Like I really, really, really miss that part of my life. And also, not to mention, like I enjoy speaking the language. I always struggled speaking Korean. I've always struggled to speak. Like I can speak it better now, but in the beginning I struggled, and it's because I think with the way Korean is composed, like the way the language works, it's like you have that bottom consonant, right? And so it's a little bit harder to say when you have like certain consonants next to each other than with like when you speak in Japanese, it ends in like vowels, right? It's always consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. So it rolls off your tongue easier than with Korean. Both languages are really cool, but I never struggled in speaking Japanese. I never struggled. I mean, I struggled obviously in the beginning, but even now when I speak it, I sound so much more confident.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting. We can talk about the language thing in a bit, but I like your kind of assessment of that because you do have that connection. I don't have my friends back in Japan. Most of them, they became adults and I've never talked to them ever since then, since I was 6.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of connection to Japan. I love it every time I go. I often go by myself, to be honest. And I'd rather go with friends, but I will go by myself if I have to. And I feel comforted by doing that. But I do get bummed out that I didn't have adult experiences in Japan. And I mean all of them. I mean going to college. I mean working there for a year. I mean dating. Like I've never dated in Japan.
I have.
Like I think, you were that. Unless you were in like a monastery when you were there for college.
That was college. Yeah.
And so I think there's sort of like an emptiness that I'm, because Japan is such a big part of my psychological development, my brain development as a child. And yet it's kind of lost, especially with I think the language is sort of like the symbolic thing. The fact that I've lost most of the language is like symbolic of feeling like there's something missing with me. And so I do want to get back to Japan and have a connection to it. I don't know. I don't know how it'll ever be a permanent one unless like you and me go to Japan once a year.
I mean, we really could, bro. And then like, I mean, you say you don't have any adult experiences. I'd be happy to take you to Japan. I know my way around. Like, I know my way around Nagoya really well, but we wouldn't go to Nagoya. Osaka.
Osaka's dope.
I love Osaka, man. We would have to go to Osaka. Go to like everybody goes to Dotonbori. Or Dotonbori area. You know where the big guys like this with the knee up? That area.
That's it.
Yeah, that's Dotonbori. So go there. Tokyo, I'm not as strong with. I'm a Kansai person. I love being Kansai.
Yeah, Kansai's great.
I would say though, I would love to go back to Tokyo really soon. I see that Keith mentioned in chat Roppongi, which is really funny because Roppongi Hills is very. Are you familiar with Roppongi Hills, Alex?
Absolutely. I do have some adult experiences in Japan now that I think about it. Not those adult experiences, but I was there as an adult. I think side note, I even got Wendy's. You know how hard it is to find Wendy's in Asia? Wendy's burgers is in Roppongi.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Roppongi is basically, if any of you guys are very familiar with Korea, Roppongi, or at least Seoul, Roppongi is like Itaewon. It's like the Itaewon of Japan. So I never been. No, I've been to Roppongi Hills, but I didn't go to Roppongi Hills I went as a college student, but not an adult. So I didn't get a chance to really hang around those places, right? To be able to make that connection. So I would definitely say Korea for now, but I really want to go visit Japan a lot. I miss it. And I love, if I could live there, like let's say, because I get 2 months off in the summer. If I could even live in Japan for a month, I would do that. Matt, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for sticking through and hanging with us, man. Big thank you.
You know what's another, like a dream that probably won't happen, but it'd be dope if we could pull it off one day?
What?
So my friend was a DJ. He is a DJ, I guess. But like, I was meant to go to one of the shows in Japan. It would have been amazing because I've never been to a concert in Japan. Yeah. But it would be so amazing to have a rock concert because I got my guitar now, right? I can do that. To actually have a show in Japan, even if we went to some dive bar that paid us crap, I would love to do that. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, Japan, man, that's like it's got a pull on us. It's got some sort of magnet that brings us in.
I had to show you a picture of me in Japan. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Do you mind if I show you a picture of me?
Yeah, pull it up.
So guys, you just give me a second, just because I'm actually going through my Facebook to kind of find
you get my pictures. I got rice in the rice cooker that I'm still hungry from the workout. So you got 30 seconds.
Okay. So I got 30 seconds while Alex is going to get his rice. I'm going to see if I can find my pictures. There's a few pictures of me in Japan. You guys are going to be like, bro, that's you? And yeah, I was like a dork, y'all. I was a dork. Hold on. Where is it? Let me find it. It's me. I used to be a fan of I still am a fan of wearing like really weird hair. I was such a weirdo in college. I'm still a weirdo. What am I talking about? All right. So here, hold on for a second. Let me see if I can get this. It says Google Chrome tab. No, right here. All right. So here's me.
Oh.
So that's me in college. So I don't know why I had something that like I really loved wearing hair like this. I was such a dork.
I mean that you look like an Asian 1980s rock star.
Yeah, that's what it was for like the 80s gangsters. They like to like have the hair. So I would walk around the college, like outside the campus, because it's like Yankee, right? So like kind of like that old 80s gangster hair. And so I walk around with that hair and then like wear my sunglasses, and Japanese people looked at me like they were like scared, like I'm gonna do something. like no, I'm not a gangster. I'm just a black dude wearing this wig, fam. It was the best. I got another one for you. Do you mind if I show you another one? I'm telling you, bro. I was a little weirdo in college. Hold on, let me find it really quickly. That's why if I was to go back to Japan, I would actually be kind of scared. More of like scared because of me and how weird I was. Actually, no. Here's a few pictures. So you guys can tell that I actually have like a big love for that country. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my Korea too. So,
Oh
there was
yeah.
me. I can't
Look at
remember
that
where
muscle. Look at that
right,
muscle.
bro. This is man, 2007. So I was a sophomore in college or junior in college, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So the muscles. Um,
Unreal.
and then here's also me. So this is in Nara, I think. This is Nara with the deer.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, by the way, don't be that guy. You see how I'm wearing a wife beater or a gauze shirt? Don't be that guy that walks around Asia with dressed like this.
I see that girl judging the heck out of you.
Right? It's just like,
Hardcore judging, man.
mommy, why?
Oh man. All right, well, I'm gonna do you the favor. Although I don't know how do I get it to you, but I'll pull out my Japan photo if I can.
Yeah, take that.
How can I send it to you then?
Send it to me. Send it to me via the Book of Faces.
The Book of Faces. Okay,
Book
I'm
of
gonna have to
Faces.
screenshot it from Instagram. Oh, this was a cute one. Wait, this was my last trip. See if I can pull this one up.
Antisocial said, Ohio. Oh my God, this took me 5 minutes to type. Ohio gozaimasu, minasan. 今日は僕と Alex は発表しています。発表します。Not really 発表。なんか、
Is that what?
I have to practice. なんか、podcast. Something to おります。I forgot. I'm trying to think of like the keigo, like the nopinma.
Yeah.
To say when you announce stuff. I just can't think of it.
All right, I'm literally sending you screenshot pictures now for my Instagram because of time constraints. I didn't know we'd be sending. The first one is an interesting one.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, guys. Here's.
See if you can find me.
See if you can find my man Alex. Okay, you ready? It's not hard. It's kind of hard. I'm actually no. Which one are you, bro?
The cute one.
That one. This
Probably.
young man here? Okay. So here's Alex. Oh, wait, no, right there. Bro, that is so you.
All right. So let me give you two right here. And this is a more meaningful one, I think.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send you two photos.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't matter because I'll send you this one now because why not?
Okay.
But on the top right corner of that picture, it is my teacher. In like the countryside, right?
Oh, that's
me. What are you pulling up there?
My bad. Let me go out before we pull something the wrong.
That's a great photo, but I'm worried about what comes up next.
Right, that's why I had to pull. I was like, I had to just stop. I was like, okay, let's reassess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we end up getting canceled.
I mean, that was a good. That's a good picture of ribs.
All right, that thing looked good.
Was that who we were with? Were we with Clint that day? That was dope.
We were with Clint. Yeah, we were at Linus. So there he goes.
Bottom left is my teacher, and that's weird-faced Alex. And then I've got one more photo of 2000 and was it 2019 maybe or 2018? No. Oh my gosh, when did I go to Cambodia? 2018. The last photo is that same teacher and me 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And we went back to the same Yoichen. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Yoichen. Oh, wow. Okay. And then here is the photo just now. Well, I'm for sure she had to be like, wow, this kid grew so much.
Oh my gosh. It was so nice. She was so happy I could speak Japanese to her because I prepared.
Wow.
I definitely prepped. But we went to her house. We met her, her kid and grandkids.
Wow.
So they made us, nice tea.
I have to see this again. You guys can see all my profile pictures up. So here, wow.
That lady.
Wow. Isn't it time funny?
She was so sweet.
Yeah. Time is
Yeah.
so funny, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's okay. So you
I
definitely showed that.
yeah.
No, go ahead, my good man.
I just I want to see her again. I want to go back to that same place. I love the countryside. They're so one thing that Japanese people are amazing at is they're so
Mm.
welcoming. Like
Mm.
she gave me like 7 gifts, including like 2 albums of pictures she had of me, and
Wow.
these really nice Japanese glasses
Yeah.
um, that I've never even opened because they're so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they like when if they've accepted you as family and friends and you come back or whatever, like they take care of you.
Yeah.
Unlike anyone else I know, more than Southern hospitality, and to an extent more than Koreans. And Southern hospitality and Koreans, their love they show is real.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Japan is it takes a long time to get into their circle of trust.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's actually, I think that's a negative part that I talked about in my video.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in it, man, they take care of you. They're good.
Yes.
You're like family.
That is what's up. I also think the same way because I know I've had a hard time getting closer with Japanese friends.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you a while to really get in.
Yeah.
Because, and I think we can talk about this another day. I know with Korea, they seem to categorize friends. So, like, yeah, they have middle school friends, they have high school friends, college friends, work friends, and then they have foreign friends, and they don't mix their groups. So it's almost like they kind of keep people at arm's length. I know we're talking about Japan, but I know it's the same, something similar with Japanese people too.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to keep people at like a distance until you get a lot closer, and then it's like, okay, now you're my friend, right? On the go wants to know if you can say something in Korean. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on
So
mute.
now you don't know what I said. I'm done. I had it on mute because I was chewing. What did I say? So when I was chewing, I was trying to turn it off, and then here we go. 아무튼 제가 밥 먹을 시간이 없어서 죄송한데 저 하면서 뭐 먹방 같은 거 하고 있지만 뭐 촬영하면서 먹어야 돼서 죄송합니다. 다음에 조금 더 일찍 먹고 라이브 할게요. Sorry.
I can't even talk like this.
Did you understand it? Did I understand myself? Sometimes I don't know if I'm correct or not.
I think you said something like, from what I heard, because I'm also reading the chat, you said something about like you were eating while eating, you were doing it live while eating, or you were eating while
doing. I was basically apologizing for not eating before the show.
Yeah.
So basically,
it's something along those lines. Edwin wants to know. Edwin, I think polygamy is not a thing in Korea. Just to let you know.
No, but polygamy is not a thing. But if you have enough money, you can have lots of girlfriends that you don't tell your family about. That's a rumor, but I think that's any country.
Yeah, so that's all we can give you for that. I'm trying to think. Can I speak in? I mean, obviously, I can speak in Korean. I had to talk to my mother-in-law earlier. I guess I'll do Chiko Shokai. No, sorry, that's Japanese. Chagisoge. I don't know. Should I speak Japanese or Korean?
I think you should mix it up. konnichiwa, watashi wa Alex desu. 아메리카 진 desu. 제가 지금 YouTuber desu. Whatever.
Oh my gosh. I could probably do it naturally, like mix them up accidentally, naturally, because they're both in my head. All right, I'll do it. 안녕하세요, 여러분. 제 이름은 마이클 코르맨と申します. よろしくお願いします. 僕はアメリカから来ました.今, 국제 학교에서 선생님으로서 일하고 있습니다. またよろしくお願いします.
すごいです。すごいですね。
So, thank you. And dude, the bad thing is I can do it naturally, and I don't even mean to, and which really sucks when you're speaking like Korean people, and then Japanese comes out, and you're like, I'm sorry. Most Korean people just kind of giggle. They're like, that's a good one, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you don't go there and be like, konnichiwa. And by the way, guys, just random thought. If ever you bow to somebody, don't do this. Sorry. Someone did that to me earlier, just joking. Just please don't do this. That's not even, I've never seen a Korean person ever do that, or a Japanese person ever do that. That's more like Thai. I feel like that's more Thai. Like Sawatikrap.
Well, right. I mean, or namaste, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think I just saw myself freeze for a second. I'm going to pull over my Wi-Fi box because I'm in the other room.
Go ahead.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. On the go. Thank you. So I'll go ahead and pop this up. I don't think I'm inspiring. But I got my butt kicked for so many years speaking languages. So I was forgiving my eyes just for a little bit. But I've just been speaking these languages for so long, which is a really good segue into the next question. But yeah, we've been speaking for so long, right? And then making a lot of mistakes and kind of, meeting a lot of people, talking to a lot of people. That's really where it came from. But before I ask you this next question, I want to answer Antisocial's question. Any advice on, let me pop this up. Any advice on how to get a scholarship to study in Japan?
Go to the less popular places. Countryside. That's what's up.
Alex has a good point. Go to the less popular places. For me, so I don't think Nagoya University of Foreign Studies do the scholarship, but we were getting $800 a month. Bro, we blew that 800. As a college student, you're getting 800. You were rich. We blew that 800 on food, drinking, games. Like, don't give a college student free money. Sorry, y'all. Forgive me for hitting the table. But don't give a college student free money. Oh my God, that was a terrible idea. But I did buy a new PSP, and I bought a Wii at the time, and all this other good stuff with it. But definitely, we were getting $800 a month. All we had to do was work in the language lounge where Japanese students will come, and we had to sit there with them and just chat in English for like an hour or two during the week.
Yeah.
And then we earned our money.
In Korea, they might have in Japan too, but I know they have programs, like I said, at these smaller universities out in the countryside where they give you the scholarship, but you have to like live with the Korean in a dorm. Because I think they pay extra to have a English speaking roommate.
That makes sense.
And then there's some where you can like teach on the side as well. And like you have to participate in the activities. But yeah, like, you know, like you said, Nagoya doesn't have it because a lot of people probably want to go there. And I don't think it's that big a deal. If you're going to Japan or Korea, you know, in college, I think it's better if you go to the countryside anyway, or go to Busan, like a less popular place than Seoul, and immerse yourself a little more. You can travel up to Seoul later, and then you can live in Seoul when you come back. But I would say give like a smaller college, because you're not studying abroad to get like the best education. You're usually coming here for learning Korean and maybe like a throwaway communications class that because you don't want to take it back at home. Legit.
Yeah.
I speak the truth. Don't hurt. Don't hate on me.
You were absolutely correct. If you're going to, I completely agree with Alex. And, you know, a lot of people were like, oh, I want to live in Seoul. I want to live in Seoul. I mean, that's cool. But there's a lot of colleges that you can live, if not inside of Seoul, around Seoul and just travel in. But if you're coming just for the language, like, I mean, yeah, you could go for the Sky. You could go for Yonsei or Seoul National or Koryo University. You could. But truth be told, you're coming for the language, right? So whatever university, if they have a decent Korean language program and you can learn Korean, if you take that Korean and you step out and go practice with people, you're going to get good. And you're going to get what you came for. So like Elijah said in the chat, immersion helps big time. So you want that immersion if possible. You're not going to, like, it's funny. I look at these videos, and this is completely off topic, Alex. This is completely off topic. But it's on the topic of language. I look at some of these videos where these people are like speaking like I mean, and I'm not, doubting that people exist that can't speak language as well, multiple languages, but these people who speak like, I don't know, like 15, 16 languages.
Yeah.
And like they go into like grocery stores with these people and speak the people home language. And people are like, oh wow, you're good. Like I was watching one video, I don't know his name. This black guy speaks a bunch of languages. It's a brother man. Went into a grocery store, like, and there were like I guess Japanese people there, and he was speaking Japanese. And I was listening to his Japanese and some of the phrases he was using, and I was like, because he has that his YouTube say he's fluent in this and this and this and this and this. And I was listening to his Japanese, and it was just like, oh, okay. Like, it wasn't like anything like, it's not like he was explaining like the social construct of during the Edo period or something like that. Or like this. He was just like, oh, is this your wife? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, she looks really pretty. And like, it's like really simple stuff that you could learn. Yeah, so it's just YouTubers, right?
And half that stuff is BS because like especially in Asia, if a non-Asian speaks their language, it's so easy to find someone who's going to say, "Oh my God, your insert language here is so good." Like you get that at like basic level Korea here too. So when I see someone say, "I speak 16 languages," if you don't have like a unique learning, it's not the disability is not the word, but like some of those people that have they have a social. What is the word for it? Like I don't know if it's Asperger's. I'm getting it wrong, but like some people who are like really good at either language acquisition or mathematics, but at the expense of their social. Autism is one of them.
So
right? I think Asperger's is like a part of it.
Spectrum. Yeah, it's a spectrum. Yeah, it's like Asperger's is like a okay.
If someone like that says it, I can believe them. If someone who's just like Chad Bro Chill 15 says it, I'm like, all right, cool, man. You can like ask where the ketchup is. And do you have a boyfriend? Like, that's what I think when I hear someone say, I speak 16 languages at conversational level. I'm like, BS. I don't even think I'm conversational. And I know I'm better than you at Korean. Like, so no.
Yeah. It's, I know people like that. It kills me. Also because I know for me, I struggled so long to get a language, but I can tell you from that struggle, my Korean is solid. It's solid. Like, I know that I can like, if you threw me in a restaurant with people now I feel this way. When we were in our Korean Bros era, like I would struggle. But like now I know that I can like hang out with folks and then just speak it. And I might not understand everything that's happening around me, but the fact that I can understand a lot with Koreans who are speaking full speed and there's like multiple conversations happening and I can still kind of pick out things here and there, that's actually really impressive, y'all. And if you have not been around multiple speakers of another language, it's really hard because it's different speeds, different accents. Oh, I struggle still.
Still hard, man.
It's funny. Whitney, I think that's actually who I'm talking about. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I don't want to say anything. And people be like, "You talking about me?" Be like, "Nah, bro. Sorry."
No, I didn't say nothing.
I ain't calling out no other YouTubers. So
I want to. I think I should. I think I should call more YouTubers. I'd have so much more fun. It's just that in Korea, a lot of people say the reason we don't call out YouTubers in Korea is because of the anti-defamation laws. No, we don't call out YouTubers in Korea because everyone has a mutual friend. And if I call out, let's say, as an example, because it's like, if I called out Jasmine and I wasn't friends with Jasmine, well, Mike's friends with Jasmine. So I can't really do that. But when I think about the people I do want to call out, only one person didn't have a mutual friend, and I did call him out. Did call him out. Oh, shoot. That was, what was his name again? I already forgotten. Something teacher, Oliver teacher or something.
Oliver? Oh, yeah, we did call him out. We
called him out.
We did.
Yeah,
we called him
that's
out.
the reason I don't call people out is because everyone, if there's someone I kind of think messed up or I don't like, but they have a mutual friend, out of respect for that friend, I don't want to call them out. So, and to keep our relationship okay as well.
Yeah.
So that's a totally off tangent thing, but I just wanted to bring that up for my own vanity.
No. And yes, I agree. If you can watch Korean movie without subtitles and understand everything, you are pretty good.
I don't understand everything, but I did. The first movie in a long time that I saw was Parasite. They didn't have subtitles. And
wow.
I went out, and that was difficult, but you could guess a lot from the context, from like how everything was going. But that was the first time I was like, that was the first. I didn't understand everything, but it was the first time I
Yeah.
got everything. I understood everything.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
that was funny because back then I was like, oh, that was a cool movie, and I never thought about it. And like, oh, it's about to win like an Oscar or whatever it won, Golden Globe or whatever it was.
Yeah. Random thought. Not really random thought, but I'm thinking about languages. Would you say that Japanese, or first of all, which language? No, you didn't really learn Japanese. Oh, here, I'll share this thought, and then you can comment on my thought. I was going to say, which one did you find easier to learn?
Japanese. I still find it easier. Every time I learn it again. 100%.
Why?
It's hard to tell if it's because it's my first second language. Okay, so there could be like brain wirings that are like, this makes sense to me. But somehow too, like every time I hear it, like I think part of it is like when you listen to Japanese, the ends of the words, the beginning of new sentences, the prepositions, they're clearly, because of the fact that they're hard sounds, watashi wa, like there's no like consonant at the bottom or double consonants, whatever. I think because they're hard sounds, it's easier to pick out the words. And I think that makes listening a little bit easier. I think that means talking a little bit easier because of the fact that it's not as difficult to say. The exception being, of course, kanji, the characters. But yeah, no, I think Japanese is easier for an American as well because there are less foreign sounds, I guess. Like Korea has a lot of sounds. Even with the characters they have, the way you put them together really changes the sound. So like it took forever to understand like the O-E, which O-E is we. Like why is it we? No, this is we. Like the O-E is we. No, O-E is like, and there's like just a lot of things that are just like, to say the word wol, month, takes forever.
Yeah.
And that's not including the fact that both Japanese and Korean have the rolling R sound. The only reason I knew how to do it is because I lived in Japan. But my American friends, arigato, Koreo, it's like
yeah. No.
Japanese.
Bro, we were in Japanese class and one guy said arigato. It's just like, oh, like we were just dying. Arigato gozaimasu. It's like, why God, why? Like, why are you saying that?
It is such a main thing because it's someone learning, or sometimes people don't learn. Like, I know it's someone trying their best, but not hitting the R sound in an Asian language to another American sounds like nails on chalkboard.
Sounds nasty. Dude, I know we both can agree that learning how to write in Korean is fairly easy.
I loved that. That was so much fun trying to figure out. Because once you get it, you can get anything, even if you don't understand it. Japanese, you're like, oh my God, I can read everything. I know hiragana and katakana. And then you put away the textbook and open a real book. You're like, nope, I can't do this. It's out.
Yeah. I would say for me, speaking Japanese was so much easier. And like I mentioned to you earlier, like I feel like with Korean, it's that bottom consonant that makes it hard to roll from word to word. Of course, the reading is hard just because you have hiragana, you have katakana, and you have kanji. And with kanji, you have multiple ways things are like characters are mixed, right? But like if you look at the speaking, like that's good, right? Like if it's like sore wa ii desu yo ne. So it's like sore wa ii desu yo ne. Right? Ii desu yo ne. Oh. So like that is it kind of flows a lot easier than me saying like, I mean, kugosun chochi. Like, I mean, I guess it just has a different kind of feel to it. But when you start to extend your sentences, it does get a little bit harder. So I would definitely, if I can learn Japanese again, I would. The problem is, I don't know who to practice it with. That's the problem.
Good question. Yep, that's why you should live in Seoul. Seoul's got more people that you can find.
Yeah,
I
there's no
could do that. I
Japanese.
could go to one of those like I feel like I think it's what are they called again? Global Soulmates. Like I think they have like different language nights. Might check that out one day.
I need to go with you just so I can go find a Japanese speaker and be like, "Arigato!" Like just be like walk up and be like, "Hey girl, nakata." And be like, "What?" That's what that means. What's up?
What's up, Nakata?
Or say something like "saikin do," but like obviously you know the person by then. He's like "saikin do." It's just like do is like how is it? Saikin is like recently. So saikin, are you laughing at me?
Rose is there. Hello.
Rose is here. She's here. So saikin do, yeah, it's literally like chajinesa, like 요즘에 chajinesa. Saikin do. Saikin, recently. Saikin do desu ka? 아직. 그게 아직. 왜 웃어? 웃지 마. Don't distract me. You distracted me. I'm gonna turn the camera around. That's thought so. I don't know. You probably can't see her because she's hiding behind the door.
Wait, is that the cat? Is that Yoko?
That's the cat.
Oh, I see her.
Right
kind of looks like in the darkness. Kind of looks like one of those scary movie people. It's like just
I know.
so dark on her.
It's really funny. They say hello, Rose. Which is really funny. The other day, she got really, really, really pissed at me because, well, she wasn't pissed, but she was really scared because, so she thought that I, so she called me on the phone and was like, "Where are you?" and everything, and I was at home from work, but I didn't tell her I was home from work, right? And so I was just talked as if like I wasn't here, right? And and so it hurt. And so I was just like, I heard her get to the elevator. So like, she came up, bing, I heard the elevator, right? I'm sitting on the couch. So I run into our bedroom. I bring my book bag and everything. I hide it behind the door. And then I hide behind the sliding door where our bathroom is, right? And so I'm chilling there. And yo, boy, can you take my phone? It's Jamila. Sorry, I just can't answer right now. Sorry, my big sister's calling me. And I hide behind the door.
Your big sister that you're talking to family right now.
She hung up. Okay, I'll call her back. Yeah. So she came in, and I basically play. Have you ever heard One Missed Call? Do you know the movie One Missed Call?
I forget.
So it's basically where there's like a it's a movie where you get a call, but then you get a missed call, right? And so like it's a really creepy ringtone, and then you'll hear yourself in the message. It'll be like, "You have a call or a message, October 20th at 3 p.m." And then you'll hear yourself talk, and then at the very end of the message, you'll like scream or something, right? And so it sounds like this. Here's the ringtone. Can you hear it? So what I did was I went into the where the bathroom is. She has no idea I'm home, and I play that ringtone, and she comes in to the room, and she starts to slide the door slowly, and I'm like,
Jeez, you are pure. Yes, Chrissy, pure evil.
She jumped back, screamed, and she was holding my headphones. And she was ah! She threw my headphones at me and just smacked me in the face. And then
I don't blame her.
I dropped my headphones. I dropped my phone, and she sits on the bed like this.
Yeah, that's some real Ringu Grudge horror movie, perfect for October kind of stuff.
Right, exactly. It's perfect for October. And so I played the music. I didn't know I thought she would think I was home because my shoes were there. But Yeah, she freaked out, and so I don't think she'll do the same thing to me. Only because I would like sidekick or something like that on accident, and I would hate to like.
Oh, no. No, don't worry. I'm sure. No, she's
She
a
said,
woman. She's better than that. She's gonna hold it over your head for as long as she can and make sure you never forget what a jerk you were.
"Well, she just told me she's gonna poison me."
Oh, that too.
Wait, no, she's doing a slicing motion toward the midsection of her body. Me? Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say what she basically just said on camera, but it requires removing part of my um, extremities.
Are you gonna take? Oh,
Thank you, wife. And then she threw the cat in the room and then closed the door. So now I have the cat in the room. Thanks. You're a wonderful person. So yeah, that's my life. Yeah. So in short, yeah, Japanese is easy to learn.
yeah, that's what we're talking about, right?
I think so at this point. I don't know what we just went on. Oh my god, got a plant in my tooth. Yeah, I don't know how we got taken on this.
There is a question that we can get to in a bit, but to wrap it up and bring it back to what we were originally talking about,
let's wrap it and bring it back. Let's wrap it and bring it back.
The thing about it is, I think it is easier to learn Japanese, but so many foreigners in Japan already speak Japanese that in order to stand out as a Japanese speaker, it's actually more difficult. It takes a lot more effort. You have to be much better at it. And I think that's kind of a downside of it, though. Is like, if you speak just like medium Korean here, you're better than most foreigners, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. So if you go to Japan, though, speaking whatever you said, intermediate high Japanese, like isn't enough for you to stand out, get a job, get on TV, or get on radio. It's just not enough. You're not special anymore. I mean, you're special, but you're not that special. So I think that is still an advantage of Korea, which is not oversaturated with superstar celebrity foreigners who speak Korean perfectly.
Right.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So that's why if you want to just learn the language, but you don't care about excelling in a particular field, maybe Japan is better. But Korea might still win, because if you do learn Korean and you learn it to a really high level, you will reap the benefits of being exceptional in your own way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I need to really buckle down on my Korean, but at this point, I mean, I'm so busy at work, but at this point, I find like I really wanted to go and take lessons, right? At Yonsei, the Yonsei close to me.
Yeah.
But then I feel that going to take another like Hakdang type stuff, I just feel like it's not worth it. So guys, we're just speaking, just about like taking language classes at a university. Like I feel that in taking what I took, I learned a lot of vocabulary, but it's also a lot of academic vocabulary that I feel as a 33-year-old, I'm not going to need. Like also writing essays as a 33-year-old, I'm not going to need to write essays. That would happen to me when I went to Aju University. I had to write essays, and I was like, this is useless for me. So like, I remember now how to write essays in Korean, but like at the same time, it was just like, after you get out of university, you'll never need it to do that again. So I want to pass TOEIC level 6. I will never pass TOEIC level 6, Whitney, ever.
I kind of want to. I don't know if no, I don't want to put in the effort just to get a good score. I'd rather. I'm at the point in my career where I have the connections that if I can just speak really well, then a TOEIC level 6 means nothing.
My friend Young in the chat, she's a Korean teacher. She's the one to ask Korean questions to.
What up, Young Saw?
안녕하세요, Sam. Is your reading same as your English level? No, definitely not. Definitely not. My Korean level my English level obviously is my English level.
I don't know. When I copy and paste into Naver Translate, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. I would say my Korean level is that of like a middle school student, 5th, 6th grade. Because I'm reading, well, actually no, because I need my dictionary because I'm reading the Chronicles of Narnia in Korean. and I like write notes and everything to myself
Jeez,
in the book. It's tough. It's tough,
it's insane.
but I enjoy
Have you
it.
even gotten into the cabinet yet, or closet, whatever?
Yeah, we're in the wardrobe, and now, if you know the story, Lucy is in Narnia right now, meeting Mr. Tumnus. If
I
you're
don't
familiar with
know
the
the
story,
story as well. It's been too long.
you need to read it. And so I'm also reading it in English. I'm reading The Hobbit, and but as soon as I'm done with The Hobbit in English, I'm gonna read The Hobbit in Korean. So I like to. I rather know the story first. So this is a teacher tactic. I rather know the story firsthand, and then after finishing the story, I'll go back and look at it in Korean. It's like with dramas too. I can't watch a drama in Korean from the beginning. I have to watch it in English, like, or at least with the English subtitles, and then I'll go back and look at it in Korean because then I don't care about the story anymore. So my focus is different.
Yeah, I need to do that again. I need to get back to watching Korean dramas.
And if you guys, I see people wondering about jobs in Korea other than teaching. I have a video on my channel. It's called, what's that video called? Are they stories about us getting in trouble with ajishis? I think so.
Wait, answer one question at a time. So we'll come back to Mr. Boot. Focus on one question.
One question at a time.
Jobs about.
I was gonna say no. I never got in trouble with ajishis. I'm sure you have. I know you have. So here, let me pop this up on the screen really quickly, and then I think we can wrap this up soon, just because I need to deal with the family stuff back home. So let me see.
All right, I'll answer while you're looking that up. I'll answer the question. Yeah. I had two Korean ajishis fighting. I think I mentioned this before though, but they were fighting on the subway, and my friend and I pulled them apart, and they were just drunk fighting, and we were kind of drunk too. But it was our first year in Korea, so we're like, hey, if someone's fighting, you should not let them kill each other. So we did pull them apart, and then we got blood all over us from them. It was their blood, not from us hitting them. I mean, they hit each other, and then they were bleeding, and then on us. So yeah, that happened. That wasn't a fight like me and an ajashi, but that was definitely unusual because you're not in Korea. You don't really get between fights, and I really haven't gotten in between many fights since then. And the other time, again, I think I mentioned this on the live too, but the other time I was on the subway and I brought in one of those cup coffees that you can get from the vending machines, and a Korean ajashi yelled at my female Korean friend for he blamed her for me not having understanding of Korean etiquette or something, and it was just so awkwardly humiliating because she, as a Korean young person, she just said, yeah, 네, 죄송합니다. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, yo, this isn't your fault, man. Don't let this guy yell at you. I didn't say it then.
Yeah.
But I've had those encounters. But generally, I'm pretty respectful of elderly people. So they kind of like me because I'm, what's the word? Deferent?
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
To elderly. So I don't have that big of a problem with them. Because my natural instinct is to let them talk.
Sorry.
I mean, is to just respect elders. Go ahead. Put it up. Put it up. That'll be the end of my
sorry. No, sorry. I was just saying, here it is. With me looking really awkward looking. So here, my hairline just went back so far. Anyway, sorry. Side thought. So this is the video. So 5 jobs you can get in Korea, or 5 jobs in Korea you can get today. Check it out. There's other videos in this series as well. Korea Prep for Dummies, which talks about preparing to come to Korea. Check out the series. It's good to see it. All the videos are connected. That hairline. So I would say it is what time? 10:10. So final thoughts before we wrap up.
So we were talking about where should we live, Japan or Korea?
I would say one. I did a video on this, Japan versus Korea, in which there was a big fight in the comment section between Japanese and Korean people. But I would say go to the place that you feel that you like the most. Really, you have to do research. You really have to do research. But I would say for me right now, it is Thank you, Elijah, my man. In case you guys didn't catch it, Elijah posted the playlist for Korea Prep for Dummies. My man. I would definitely recommend you to research it. But for me personally, I would say at this point in my life right now, with everything I've done, with the people I know, it is Korea. But I will be visiting Japan frequently. But now that I've lived in Korea also, I would be willing to go live in Japan now that I've already done Korea, if that makes sense. So if it's my first time, I would say Korea, especially if you would have a hard time adjusting to East Asia life. I feel like Korea is an easier adjustment just because of the way, like, a lot more English is spoken here. If you're an English speaker, people drive on the right side of the road, many signs in English. Restaurants are very familiar with a lot of familiar Western restaurants. Japan, they got their own thing going on, so you'll barely find that Western restaurant. McDonald's for sure, maybe a Krispy Kreme. But yeah, I would say Korea. And now there's no Gundams in Japan or any anime characters walking around. So
look at
if
that.
you have the anime,
looks like Michael just got uncanceled after all.
That's right. If you shut up, if you wanted to go to Korea or Japan and see some, you're a huge anime fan, and that's what you're expecting. Regular people don't even watch anime as much anymore. So my first Japanese girlfriend, I was like, yeah, like this anime, this anime, this man. And she was like, yeah, I watched anime when I was in elementary school. And I was like, okay, thank you for that. So you? What would you say, sir?
Let's see, can I do this? Will it pop up? Oh, it didn't pop up as a link. My answer's in the chat. I got a video up that just talked about all of this.
Yes. So if you haven't done so,
link.
If you haven't done so, no worries, because we can just post it. So
I gotta stop putting in my videos when we do our live stream, because it was second of my most popular videos for the last 10 until we did a live stream, and then no one watches it. It's like they're all here, they're all talking to us. Go watch my video. It's on my channel.
Elijah, if you don't mind, can you please post Alex's video in the chat?
Oh, yeah. Oh, gee, I want to answer that from Mr. Boot. I guess there's no update on the blackface controversy. I mean,
was there a new one?
No, the old one. The update is, I think Koreans actually learned it, but there was never. They learned what blackface is. It kind of finally came to the forefront of their conversations, but there was still too much pride, so there wasn't really an apology. Like, I mean, like, Sam was still wrong in the end, right, in their mind. So there's no update on that front. But I think actually a funny thing is, like, it actually worked. I think Koreans finally figured out maybe what blackface is because of it all.
Get that.
Oh, thank you, Elijah.
I would. She's happy.
For you.
I would say the answer is I would live in Japan maybe for a year if I could. But the reality is I am now set in my life. I enjoy Korea. My future life is probably here. Literally, I'd imagine, and this is just being honest and giving myself a 0.01% chance of this happening. The only way I see myself being in Japan for a year or more is if I actually married a Japanese person that I met in Korea. Like, otherwise, I don't have that. I don't know. I'm in my mid-30s and I'm finally got my career set up, and I enjoy my career, and I love what you either have to love what you do. What is it? No, it's love where you work or love what you do. I forget. Isn't that what it is? Something like that. Love the place you work. Love what you do. I love being in radio and YouTube in Korea, and I don't see myself going back, going to live in Japan just to be an English teacher for a year. So my final answer is I'm going to be in Korea or America, but for now it's going to be Korea. And the rest of it's in my video, which Elijah graciously put up on the chat. So say hey.
So please, guys, make sure you go check out that video. But I think it's time for us to sign off for this week.
Yes.
Right.
Hopefully, one more thing. I'm going to try to get this chat. From now on, I'm going to try to get this chat and maybe cut up a bit or two of it and put it on my channel, just like a highlight or two. I know you guys are here, but in the future, if you miss a future live stream and you want to see highlights or something, check out my channel. I'm gonna try to. I'll put up. I think the Korean versus Japanese language bit was pretty good here. We'll see. I might put that up on my channel later. That's it. Mike, get to family business, man. Do your thing.
All right, guys. We'll catch you later. But until next week, you guys make sure to be cool. Peace.
Peace.
I don't know every first sign off.